The San Francisco 49ers are standing on the edge of a brand new era, and the urgency is real. With veteran stars like Trent Williams and George Kittle reaching the twilight of their storied careers, General Manager John Lynch is under massive pressure to reload. Analyst Dane Brugler just dropped a high-stakes 7-round mock draft that could bridge the gap between past dominance and future glory. We are breaking down every pick from Utah tackle Caleb Lamu to a wild 4th-round haul that could change the face of this franchise forever.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The scouting trail is heating up as the draft clock ticks down toward zero. The San Francisco 49ers are getting an up-close look at the next wave of defensive talent by hosting former Oklahoma linebacker Kendal Daniels for an official pre-draft visit. This rangy hybrid defender is turning heads with his incredible collegiate production and versatility. We are diving into why a 6th-round prospect like Daniels could be the missing piece in a defense that needs to keep evolving to stay ahead of the competition. The draft room is officially open for business here at the channel. We are digging deep into the latest mock drafts while bringing you exclusive insights from industry experts like ESPN reporter Laura Ruddle and talented defensive lineman CJ West. From draft memories that define a career to the grit required to make it to the NFL, we are covering everything that matters to the faithful. Whether it is breaking down the latest league meeting headlines or analyzing team needs, we have the expert perspectives you need to stay ahead of the game. The rivalry is officially on as we look at the tug-of-war for Texas A&M edge rusher Cashius Howell. While the Seattle Seahawks are eyeing this explosive playmaker to bolster their front seven, San Francisco 49ers expert Peter Panacea is highlighting why Howell might be the perfect fit to disrupt backfields in the Bay Area. Will the Niners steal him before Seattle gets their chance at pick 32? We are breaking down his tape, his motor, and the draft board battle to watch. If you want to stay on top of every 49ers move, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's be real. The San Francisco 49ers are currently walking a tightrope. The roster is still dripping with talent, but if you look closely, you can hear the clock ticking on an iconic era. With stalwarts like Trent Williams eyeing the finish line and George Kittle navigating the realities of life in his 30s, the front office is facing a massive question. How do you reload without blowing it all up? This is exactly why John Lynch is under the microscope for the upcoming draft. If he nails it, the Niners remain juggernauts. If he misses, we might be staring down a very long rebuild. Enter draft guru Dane Brugler, who just dropped a 7-round projection that feels less like a gamble and more like a blueprint for long-term survival. He kicks things off in the 1st round by grabbing Utah offensive tackle Caleb Lamu. Now, he's not walking in as a day-one plug-and-play savior, but he's got the footwork and the raw athleticism that makes him the perfect understudy to learn from a legend like Williams. It's a smart, patient move. Then, in the 2nd, they snag Alabama receiver Jeremy Bernard. Think of this as the final piece in a complete offensive facelift, a guy who can pair up with Ricky Pearsall to keep Kyle Shanahan's playbook as dangerous as ever. Brugler rounds out the haul in the 4th with a flurry of depth. Corner will Lee III, guard Bo Stevens, edge rusher George Gums Jr., and tight end Jack Andries. Does this mock draft guarantee a Super Bowl trophy next season? Maybe not. But it perfectly balances the win-now mentality with the harsh reality that every dynasty eventually needs a refresh. So, Niners fans, does this youth movement give you confidence, or are you worried about the transition phase? Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with the road to the draft. Remember, championships are won on Sundays, but dynasties are built in the draft room. The clock is officially ticking toward the NFL draft, and the San Francisco 49ers are making some intriguing final moves behind the scenes. We just got word that the Niners are hosting former Oklahoma linebacker Kendal Daniels for a pre-draft visit. And frankly, this is the kind of late-stage interest that gets scouts buzzing. At 6'5" and 242 pounds, Daniels isn't just another body on the roster. He is a prototypical hybrid defender. Having spent his career transitioning from Oklahoma State to a standout role at Oklahoma, he brings that rare versatility teams are dying for in today's positionless NFL defense. Think about his 2025 campaign, where he held down the cheetah spot, a role that demands you play the run, cover the pass, and be an absolute menace in the backfield. He logged 53 tackles and 9 tackles for loss last season alone, proving he has the motor to stay involved regardless of the scheme. Now, most analysts, including The Athletic's Dane Brugler, currently have him pegged as a 6th-round prospect. But here is the kicker. Teams often use these late visits to see if a player's football IQ matches the physical tape. If the 49ers see him as a value pick who can contribute on special teams while developing into a chess piece for their front seven, he could be an absolute steal. With the draft kicking off in Pittsburgh on April 23rd, San Francisco is clearly doing their due diligence to find those hidden gems who can make an immediate impact. What do you think? Should the Niners pull the trigger on a hybrid defender like Daniels, or should they focus on more traditional needs? Drop a comment below and hit that subscribe button for more draft updates. After all, championships aren't just won on Sundays. They are built in the film room and finalized in the draft room. Welcome to the ultimate deep dive into everything 49ers. Whether you are a diehard member of the faithful or just tuning in, there is no better place to track the pulse of San Francisco football. From the high-stakes drama of the draft room to the electric energy of game day, we have been covering it all. Lately, the buzz is all about the 2026 draft. We have been sitting down with experts like ESPN's Laura Ruttledge and NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah to break down exactly who might be donning the red and gold this year. It is not just about the stats, though. It is about the grit. We have had incredible conversations with players like C.J. West and legends like Jerry Rice, who recently helped us celebrate an iconic 80-year legacy of excellence. But we are looking forward, too. From the big move to bring a regular season game to Melbourne to the shifting dynamics of our roster in free agency, this team is evolving before our eyes. We have gone behind the scenes at the NFL Scouting Combine, walked the halls of Radio Row, and broken down every snap, win, or loss with analysts who know this game inside and out. It has been a wild ride through a season of growth, leadership shifts under Kyle Shanahan, and the constant pursuit of that championship standard. Whether we are analyzing Brock Purdy's development or the newest faces joining the squad, we are bringing you the raw, unfiltered truth of what it takes to succeed in the NFL. If you love the 49ers, you are in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the conversation in the comments below. Which prospect are you dying to see the Niners pick up this draft season? Stay tuned, stay hungry, and keep the faith. Imagine looking for the missing piece to your defense, only to have your biggest rival standing right in your way. That is the reality the Seattle Seahawks are facing as we head toward the 2026 NFL Draft. After prioritizing offense in last year's massive 11-pick haul, the Hawks are clearly pivoting to defense, and everyone is eyeing a name that is starting to generate serious buzz. Texas A&M edge rusher Cashius Howell. But hold that thought, because San Francisco 49ers expert Peter Panessy just threw a massive wrench into the works. Panessy, the lead editor over at Niner Noise, recently highlighted Howell as one of the top targets for San Francisco. Here is the kicker. The Niners pick at number 27, and the Seahawks are sitting right behind them at 32. That 5-pick gap is more than just a draft order. It is a direct line of sight for a potential heist. Panessy describes Howell as undersized, sure, but he is also explosive, violent, and possesses a motor that simply does not quit. For the Seahawks, that fits Mike Macdonald's philosophy perfectly. We all know Macdonald has a track record of taking raw talent and turning it into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Seattle has already brought Howell in for a pre-draft visit, and let us be honest, you do not use one of your 30 limited visits unless you are genuinely convinced the guy can play. Standing at 6'2" and weighing in at 255 pounds with a blistering 4.59 40-yard dash, the kid isn't just fast, he is a disruptor. With 11.5 sacks and 44 quarterback pressures last season alone, he has the production to back up the hype. If John Schneider can pair him with veterans like DeMarcus Lawrence and Uchenna Nwasu, the ceiling here is incredibly high. But the question remains, will Seattle have the chance, or will San Francisco pull the rug out from under them? If you love draft drama as much as I do, hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the latest Seahawks news. Do you think Seattle should trade up to secure Howell, or is he worth the gamble of waiting at 32? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.